It's national meets regional. It's Sidewalks Entertainment. The long-running celebrity, music, and art series. Join us for a new path to arts and entertainment.
You might want to try that corner. Excuse me.
What?
May have better luck over that corner.
Okay, Jethro. See this? It's called a cell phone. Yeah, I know you've probably never seen one before, except on TV or maybe in one of the moving pictures, but it communicates with a satellite high above our head. So high, you can't hardly imagine it.
But what you're saying is, my suggestion of crossing the street makes about as much sense to you as jumping up and down to get a better look at the moon.
You will remember her as DJ on the popular TV series Full House. Well, since that show ended, she's been keeping herself busy, including having a full house of her own, writing books, being a motivational speaker, and of course, acting. I'd like to welcome to Sidewalks the all-grown-up Candace Cameron Bure.
Hi.
Hi, Candace. It's so great to have you with us today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So we know you as the successful child actress, but did you always want to go into acting?
You know, I started acting when I was 5, and I was just kind of thrown into it. My mom asked me if I wanted to try it, and I said, sure. I loved it, and it was really fun, but it wasn't a desire when I was 5 that I thought, this is what I have to do for my life. But
clearly,
I'm just, at 5,
might be a
right?
little young.
Exactly. But I'm so glad that I did, because obviously this is my passion and what I love to do.
And have you ever gotten to work with your brother, Kirk Cameron?
I have worked with him. It's been a really long time. He was on an episode of Full House. I was on 3 or 4 episodes of Growing Pains. And then we've done different events together over the years. But it would be fun to work together as adults, though, on a film or a show.
I think that would be fantastic. You
Yeah.
should definitely do that.
It would be great.
Well, one of the reasons that you're here today is to talk about the made-for-TV film, Finding Normal. What attracted you to this project, and why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
I would love to. Well, the script was so great when I read it, and I play this character, Lisa Leland, and she's a doctor that has absolutely no bedside manner, and she's on this cross-country trip when she gets pulled over for a speeding ticket.
How fast would you say you were going, Miss Leland? Driver's response is,
Officer.
Lester.
Officer Lester.
Oh, first name's Lester, last name's Toole. Officer Lester, too.
Lester, can we, just settle this right here?
Is this some sort of bribe?
No. Not unless you take Visa or MasterCard.
Oh, you have got quite a sense of humor for someone's going to jail.
And she has a fine to pay that she can't. So she has to serve 3 days of community service. And it's during this time when she's in this very small town that is so different from her LA life. There's no Wi-Fi, no lattes, there's no nothing for her. But she gets a different perspective of life, and it really makes her reevaluate the road that she's mapped out for her own life, to think like, maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's a good family-friendly and uplifting movie, and that's why I love working. It's on GMC TV, and I love working for this network because it is family-friendly, and it's positive programming. And as a woman and an actress, and very importantly a mom, that's important to me.
Now, it takes place in the fictional town of Normal, North Carolina. Where did you actually shoot this film?
In Columbia, Louisiana. And it was
How did the town react to you guys being there? Did they receive you warmly?
They did. It was a very small town. I think it's only just over 300 people, the population there. And they were so excited to have a film crew in their town. So they really rallied and supported us and made sure that we were able to do what we needed to. And I mean, there wasn't a hotel closer than 40 minutes away. So people actually gave up their homes for some of us so we could stay very close within the town to make our schedule easier. They were great.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Doesn't that make you feel like you're part of a community?
Absolutely.
Well, of course, Full House was a major milestone for you in terms of, sort of launching your career. The show's even more popular now than maybe even back then. I mean, you still have such a huge following.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to sort of nowadays catch any reruns of what your time was like on that show? Like, turning on the TV and channel surfing and, whoa, there I am at 10. Or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. There were many years that I hadn't watched the show, and just probably within the last year or so, I have flipped through, and it's been on TV, and I've sat down and watched a whole episode, and it's fantastic. I mean, I think because I hadn't seen it for so long, I'm sitting there now as an adult, and I'm thinking, this is funny. Like, yes, it's sugary sweet, but it's really funny, and I understand why it was so popular. And my 15-year-old daughter loves it. She thinks it's hysterical, and she loves to watch it. And, every once in a while now, if I'm watching an episode, I'll live tweet the episode of all the memories going, that were happening at the time, and the fans love it.
Oh, I can imagine. Well, there's been talk and rumors galore about, a possible Full House reunion, including the idea that John Stamos is trying to pitch a project that includes you and your TV sister, Jodie Sweetin. Okay, can you put any of these rumors to rest? Will we get to see a Full House reunion?
There is not a reunion in the making, so unfortunately I have no exciting news to share with you. It's something I would love to do if it happened, but there's so many pieces of the puzzle that have to come together that is more complicated than people realize. It's not just about the actors getting together. So I don't know if it will ever happen. I would love it, though, if it did.
Well, the fans definitely would, too. Thank you for clarifying that for us. Well, since Full House ended, you've gotten married, you've had children of your own, you've written a best-selling book, and you tour the country as a motivational speaker. Why don't you tell us a little something about that?
Well, my faith is very important to me. I'm a Christian, and so I've been speaking all over the country for almost 10 years now, sharing my faith, and I speak at women's conferences, and, it's another way for me to connect with women and connect with fans, but share what's most personal and important to me, and that's my faith.
Well, you also took a hiatus from acting. Was it difficult to kind of come back to the business after so many years away?
I was so excited to be able to come back, and I was so grateful that the industry accepted me with such a warm embrace, and it really didn't take long at all to kind of step right back into it. And, that's the thing that you never know, if people are over you or not. And that kind of goes to show how wonderful Full House was, because I have such a big group of people that remember me fondly from the show and were happy to see me back on TV.
Well, and the fans were a huge part of that. Would you like to say something directly to them, for those that supported you, the fans?
Oh, goodness. I love you guys, and you know it, because if you follow me on Twitter or my Facebook page or Instagram, I mean, I wouldn't be here without you guys. So, and talk to me on all those social networking sites, because, I'm on them all the time, and again, that's the way for me to connect with fans, and I like this generation of being able to do that. It's a really neat thing.
Candace, it was such a pleasure to have you. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for being with us on Sidewalks.
Thanks.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit SidewalksTV.com.